B-21 stealth bomber completes aerial refueling test with KC-135. The U.S. Air Force's B-21 Raider stealth bomber has successfully conducted aerial refueling with a KC-135 Stratotanker as part of its ongoing flight test campaign, the Department of the Air Force announced on April 14, 2026. The milestone, achieved during the program's rigorous test and evaluation program at Edwards Air Force Base, California, was presented by senior Air Force leaders as confirmation that the Raider is maturing rapidly toward operational service. The test campaign is a collaborative effort between the Air Force Test Center, the 412th Test Wing, and Northrop Grumman, the aircraft's prime contractor. All flight test activity is being conducted at Edwards Air Force Base. The Air Force has not disclosed the number of B-21 aircraft currently participating in testing, nor has it released a specific date for the aerial refueling event or an initial operational capability timeline. What the service did release were statements from 3 of its most senior leaders, each addressing a different dimension of the program's significance. General Dale White, the Department of War's Direct Reporting Portfolio Manager for Critical Major Weapon Systems, credited the program's use of digital engineering and modern production processes for the pace of progress. The B-21 program is the leading edge of the acquisition mindset we are instilling across the force, White said. Every test proves the success of empowering our leaders to deliver integrated capability from the start. The program's use of digital engineering and modern production processes is delivering a mature, highly capable system, giving us confidence as we continue to smartly scale our production capacity at the speed of relevance. Air Force Chief of Staff General Ken Wilsbach focused his remarks on one of the aircraft's less discussed but operationally significant attributes: fuel efficiency. The B-21's fuel efficiency is one of the core components of its lethality, Wilsbach said. This long-range strike bomber will reduce the demand on our tanker fleet and free up assets to support the joint force. This will provide a wider range of employment options and the deterrence our nation requires. The Air Force describes the B-21 as the most fuel-efficient bomber ever built, consuming a fraction of the fuel used by legacy aircraft, a characteristic that directly reduces the number of tanker sorties required to support a given strike mission and eases the overall logistics burden on theater commanders. General S.L. Davis, commander of Air Force Global Strike Command, addressed what the refueling capability means for the crews who will fly the aircraft and the combatant commanders who will task it. For our bomber crews and the combatant commanders they support, this is about endurance and mission readiness, Davis said. This capability ensures we can deliver penetrating long-range strike anywhere in the world, at any time. We are strengthening the capabilities of our bomber force and putting a highly effective and lethal weapon system into the hands of our warfighters. An aircraft that cannot refuel in flight is limited by how much fuel it can carry at takeoff, which in turn limits how far it can fly and how long it can remain airborne. Adding in-flight refueling removes that ceiling, allowing a bomber to fly intercontinental distances, loiter over a target area, and return to base all without landing. For a penetrating strike aircraft like the B-21, whose value lies partly in its ability to reach targets inside heavily defended airspace that other aircraft cannot survive, that global reach is not optional. It is foundational to the mission. The B-21 is designed to carry both conventional and nuclear munitions, and it serves as a component of the U.S. nuclear triad, the three-legged deterrence architecture consisting of land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles, submarine-launched ballistic missiles, and airborne nuclear delivery systems. Its open systems architecture is specifically intended to allow future weapons, sensors, and electronic systems to be integrated without requiring the airframe to be redesigned, keeping the platform relevant as adversary capabilities evolve. The Raider is intended to eventually replace the B-1B Lancer and B-2 Spirit in the Air Force's bomber fleet, complementing the existing B-52H Stratofortress. The B-2, also built by Northrop Grumman and also a flying wing stealth design, has been the service's only low-observable bomber since entering service in the 1990s. The B-21 is designed to operate in threat environments that have grown significantly more dangerous since the B-2 was conceived, incorporating advances in stealth, sensors, and networked operations that reflect 3 decades of technological development. The B-21 moves closer to the operational service that Air Force Global Strike Command has been preparing for. The pace of the test campaign at Edwards will determine how quickly that transition occurs.